Hello everyone and welcome to the Moustache Cube. How are you guys doing today? First of all, let me apologize because I haven't been able to release many guides lately. But with work and with remodeling my new house, I have my hands full. And as you might know, kill streaks require less editing time. There are more guides coming, so don't worry about that, just bear with me and I will keep the content coming. Guys, today I am here with the How to Aerial, Battlefront 2 complete and updated reinforcement guide. Before anything else guys, be sure to drop your like and to subscribe if you are new here, because the Moustache doubled since the last time we met, and we want to keep growing it. Now let's get into the video.
Moustache.
First, let's talk about abilities, star cards and weapons. Let's start with the weapons. There are 6 different aerial types, each one with different weapons. One for the Separatists, one for the Republic clones, one for the First Order, one for the Empire, one for the Rebel Alliance, and one for the Resistance. The first 3 are very similar to each other. They have a low fire rate pistol with medium to high damage. They work basically the same as the Officer's SE-44C without the rapid fire mod. The First Order aerial actually uses the SE-44C. The Imperial Rocket Trooper uses a machine gun that works just like Aiden's weapon, but with lower fire rate and lower damage and no secondary fire. It's a good weapon anyway. The Rebel Rocket Jumper uses the A280, the same weapon as the first assault unlockable weapon. The weapon fires a 3 shots burst each time you trigger the shooting button. In my opinion, this is the best weapon of all the aerials. Last but not least, we have the Resistance with the EL-16, which is the same as the last assault unlockable weapon. The trick here is to play with the different classes and to get used to the different weapons by yourself. For some more weapons and aiming tips, be sure to check my Blaster 101 guide, which will pop up at the end of this video. Now let's talk about abilities. The first aerial ability is Jetpack Boost. The aerial is launched upwards with the Jetpack Boost upon activation, and you can control the direction you are going with the ability. The second ability is Jetpack Dash. Basically, you dash with your jetpack moving forward, and it doesn't send you upwards, but it can be very useful. Last but not least, we have the rocket. It's a rocket launcher, whether it's a real one or not, and it explodes on impact. The rocket only has one charge, so it enters cooldown upon firing. Let's move on to the star cards. When it comes to star cards, it's a difficult pick since at least 4 of the 5 are good. The first one I use is Battle Hardened, which increases the max health by 20% if maxed out. Yes, it's not a lot more, but I have survived countless times with the aerial due to the extra health. You can also go for a second health card. If you do choose to go for a second health card, go for the aerial training, which is basically a health on kill star card. You get 50 HP back each time you kill an enemy, but I personally don't use this one as I prefer to have a different star card. The second star card I use is Improved Jetpack, which reduces the jetpack ability's cooldown by 4 seconds when maxed out. This star card gives you much more mobility. The aerial is an agile class which relies on mobility to both deal damage to others and to survive. With this star card you can literally always have one jetpack ability available, as the time it takes using one is enough for you to get another one. Last but not least, and this star card is the reason I don't use 2 health star cards, I use the Improved Rocket Launcher. With this card maxed out, you get 10 seconds reduction to the rocket cooldown. With this, you can rely more on your rocket. Although I use this setup, feel free to change the setup because a 2 health star card setup can also be very good. I don't recommend, however, changing the improved jetpack star card, since the mobility is great to get out of danger and to kill enemies. Now let's talk about health, movement and basics. The aerial class has a base 200 HP and it can always regenerate its max HP when not taking any damage. With the battle hardened star card you get up to 240 HP, and those extra 40 HP can really come in handy. When it comes to movement, like any other classes, always keep moving. Never stop. Keep moving, dodging, jumping, using jetpack abilities and use every possible object as cover. Use your high mobility since you are the most agile class in the game. Like I said before, for more movement and aiming tips check my Blast 101 guide, as it will teach you everything that is common to every blaster user. The aerial class, like Darth Maul, has a high mobility and so they don't do as well in closed areas. They are at their best in large and open maps with lots of cover, like Kashyyyk, Hoth, Naboo, Yavin and Endor for example. Be sure to make good choices when to use them, as even on these maps not every phase is good to use them. For example, phase 1 of Naboo is awesome for them, but the second one not so much, and the third one even worse. Now let's move on. How to use jetpack abilities. You can use jetpack abilities to rapidly approach an enemy and kill him. You can use the abilities to flank your enemies or to get behind their backs and then move in for the kill. You can use them to run away from danger if you are being shot at, and you should do it. Never forget that although the aerial is a reinforcement, he only has 200 HP, just like a heavy. So if you take 1 or 2 shots, immediately take off with the jetpack ability since you can easily be killed. You can use both the abilities in quick succession, especially if you have the improved jetpack ability star card, because you can do it continuously. In the worst case scenario, with a 2-second cooldown before you can reuse both the abilities. You can use these abilities to link your kills. You kill one enemy here, you fly away and you kill one enemy there. Then you come back and kill another enemy here, you fly and kill another one there, and so on and so on. You can use these abilities to reach places other characters cannot, so you can basically surprise your enemies, firing from above or from behind. Last but not least, you can use it to fire while flying. Yes, it is difficult to shoot while flying, but unlike Boba, who cannot do this, if you zoom in while flying with the scope button, it's easier than you might think to nail your shots. Try this out for yourselves and practice a little, and you will quickly get used to it. How to use rocket. You can one-hit kill all infantry with the rocket, and this means you can one-hit kill another aerial trooper with it too. But here comes the tricky part. You have to nail the shot perfectly, because the spread damage is really low. If you don't hit your target perfectly, he will probably not die unless he has low health already. You can use it to deal high damage to vehicles and then finish them off with the primary weapon, or the other way around. So you can also deal the damage to the vehicles with the primary weapon and then finish the vehicle off with the rocket. You can use it at the same time as you are using a jetpack ability for the ultimate aerial shot. Just like with the primary weapon, You take off with the jetpack ability, and then you aim, you scope and you fire. It's a guaranteed kill if you aim it well. Now that you know all of this, keep in mind that the aerial is an awesome class to deal with heroes. You can delay them, you can annoy them, you can kill them. The rocket has a high damage, so if you hit one perfectly against the hero, almost half of his health is depleted. You can use the mobility to get above a hero and shoot from a high place. You can use the high mobility to run away even from Darth Maul. Darth Maul can't keep up with you and he is the fastest hero in the game. The only hero that can keep up with you is Boba Fett, probably. Not because he's faster than anyone else, but because of his jetpack. You can flank any enemy, including heroes. You get in and get a few shots in too, inclusive the rocket one, and when he starts focusing you, you activate the jetpack ability again and you are out of there. Practice with the aerial, get used to combining his abilities, and in no time you will be as happy to play an aerial as you are to play a hero, because it's so rewarding. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this guide and I really hope it helps you out. If you have any questions or any additional doubts, just let me know in the comment section down below and I will answer them as soon as possible to the best of my knowledge. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitch and on Facebook. Join me on Twitter and join me on Discord. The links will be in the description. Tuga signing out, and may the Moustache be with you.